Good afternoon. My name is Katiasofia Gonzales Virto, and this summer of 2020, I got an Apex Fellowship for an internship with the Colegio Montessori del Cusco back at Cusco, Peru. I got the experience to be an online teacher with the Colegio Montessori del Cusco. So a little bit about this school. This school is on the city of Cusco, that is in the mountain range in the south of Peru. That's the school I graduated from and I grew up with. Goes from pre-K to 11th grade. It's as long as Peruvian education goes, and it's a school that has a heavy focus on education for peace and education for like working community. And great, well, as our name says, we apply the Montessori method that has a lot of hands-on experience, and we teach most of our lessons through concrete material. That of course had to change due to the current pandemic. So what happened is that on March of 2020, Peru went into lockdown, and school year starts on March back there. So we had to completely shift our focus, and we have to reinvent most of our lessons. So I had taught back in the past in the Colegio Montessori de Cusco as an in-person teacher, but this time I had to the experience to do it online, and it was quite different and quite interesting. So what was the purpose of my internship? First of all, I wanted to explore what was to teach online. That was something I never did before. And while doing that, I had to explore a lot of new teaching techniques. I had to research about different approaches to education online and trying to find new and effective ways. So that was one of the key points that I wanted to do here. I also wanted to learn more about how to teach online. So I got to learn about different online teaching tools that are out there. I learned to use a lot of new softwares. That has been pretty helpful right now. And that was quite a learning curve across my internship. It was quite interesting. And also, I wanted to help. That was an important focus personally. In the middle of this pandemic, it was really important for me to give back to my community. I stay here at the States. So it was really special, really important to me to somehow give back to my city, to my community. And it was really nice that I could help somehow. Um, so what I did, first of all, I had to redesign a lot of our pre-scheduled lessons. I got a better handle of technology than some of my teachers, so we worked together to rethink how we were going to teach many of the things we already had planned. But also, I got my own class of math and language for first to sixth grade, and those classes were designed by me. So I got to research and plan my own activities and assess them. So that was quite interesting. I also teach a psychology class for kids from 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. So that was also a really, really interesting experience. I got to apply a lot of the things I learned on class here. So it was really interesting. And one of my favorite parts is that I also hosted advising groups. I got to, a heavy focus of my school right now is to accompany our students also in a daily emotional basis because they were going through lockdown. So I got to be there with them. I got my own group. I will talk one-on-one. I will talk with their families. We will have small groups. And you just try to keep that dynamic with the students where they were all at home. Really, high was this part probably was my favorite part of this whole work. But also, what I learned is that teaching online is really hard, especially first graders. I think that was my biggest challenge. And because it was challenging, it was also really interesting. It forced me to reinvent, to rethink everything I was doing, to constantly adapt and be flexible. And that's something I really appreciated in hindsight. But on the moment, sometimes I was really frustrated. I was scared I was doing more harm than good. But by the end of my fellowship, after 2 months and a bit more working with them, I could see a change. I could see that I had teach something, that they really appreciated classes, that they were engaged, and that teach me a lot. That was really rewarding. And also it was interesting. It was quite a learning curve working in that way. Something I had learned in my time at Worcester so far is to think outside the box. And that was quite necessary in this opportunity. We had to change constantly. We had to adapt. And that was something I had learned to do here, and I got to apply back at my school. Something I had learned during my internship that now it's helping me is I think it had made me a better online student because I had been in the other side. I know how it's planning. I feel I can empathize better with my classes. And also I got to learn to use all these different online tools and softwares. And that's been really helpful right now as a student. Also, this year I got the opportunity to work as a sophomore research assistant with the education department, and we're doing a research on online education. So my whole time here now, I'm getting to apply it from a different perspective, because while teaching, I got a lot of questions that I didn't know how to answer. So now I'm getting the experience to find out, to research about it. So that's been something really interesting and really complementary with my career. Um, and something I also learned is that I need my students as much as they need me. I think in the middle of this pandemic, I'm an international student. I've been living alone here, and they were the only concrete thing in my life for a while. And it became really special. In a personal level, it helped me to grow. It helped me to stay strong. It was just interesting and fascinating seeing them every day. So I think I need them as much as they need me, and it was a really special opportunity. Career wise, I think I had, based on not only this experience but many experiences in the past. I don't think I'm gonna be a teacher. I don't think that's where my career is taking me. But I do want to keep focusing on education. I want to do educational research, educational development, and this whole experience with a complete different setting has helped me to think more about that, and it's something that had helped me a lot to think about my career, what I want to focus, what path I want to follow. So definitely it has helped me a lot also in that way. So I had done this internship thanks to the Apex Fellowship. It was unpaid, and without them, I couldn't have done it. Also, the Apex Fellowship came with the opportunity to have an advisor, and writing to my advisor every week was really helpful in this learning curve that I was saying. So that's something that really helped me through this internship, and I think it helped me to take fully advantage of it. So if anybody's interested, here's the information for the Apex Fellowship. And thank you so much for hearing me staying here. Have a good